The MG ZST, with more tech, more safety with 360-degree camera, and more peace of mind. From 25,490 drive away, the award-winning MG ZST. It's the more you've been looking for.
Townsville's Hit 103.1.
Townsville Dental Centre. Emergency appointments 7 days a week. Call 1300 4MyT.
Hit News Briefing. 3 states get ready for a weekend of dancing. Australia gets a new slogan to help sell our wares, and the experts break down how hard it'll be to win that mammoth Powerball jackpot. Hi, it's Dan Flake here with your national briefing. Both our PM and the opposition leader are doing their pre-election push today. Speaking from the Northern Territory, Scott Morrison says there's a clear decision between the coalition and Labor.
We've got Russian troops amassed on the Ukraine's border. We've got coercion on Australia's interests here in our own region. We've got rapidly escalating militarisation in our own region. And I think Australians have to compare and contrast between the government I lead on national security and the alternative.
While Anthony Albanese's in Darwin talking First Nations and healthcare, vowing to build a primary healthcare hub in the region worth close to $12 million if elected, he says his party is the right choice when it comes to looking after the sector.
Labor will always be the party that defends Medicare and always be the party that is better on healthcare.
Freedom Friday for multiple states. The ACT's joined Victoria and New South Wales in an easing of COVID restrictions, with Australia's capital also bringing back dancing in time for the weekend. There's been just under 40 COVID-related deaths across the country so far today. A decision is yet to be made on whether former NRL star Jared Hayne will face a third trial over sexual assault allegations. The Director of Public Prosecutions is still considering its position. The 34-year-old walked out of jail on Tuesday after his conviction was quashed by the Court of Appeal. A probe is set to look into integrity and the vibe within Queensland's government. The state's Premier, Anastasia Palaszczuk, appointing Professor Peter Coldrake to conduct the wide-ranging review.
He will look at 6 key areas: the culture of the public sector in ensuring ethical decision-making and impartial advice to the executive, the nature of interactions and interdependencies between integrity bodies, the public sector and the executive.
Just in time for our international border reopening Monday, Canberra's released a brand for Australia featuring our green and gold colours with a kangaroo with the slogan "Only in Australia." It's part of a marketing campaign which will hopefully get more people internationally buying Australian and travelling here. And next week's Powerball jackpot's reached an eye-watering $120 million after it didn't go off last night. However, Macquarie University statistics professor John Crouch is warning Aussies not to get their hopes up.
The chance of winning is about 1 in 134 million.
Whenever you're working near power lines, plan ahead and check power line locations with the Ergon Lookup and Live app. Download from the Apple or Google Play Store.
Jai Richardson's back in the Aussie lineup tonight as the T20 series continues against Sri Lanka at the MCG. The West Aussie paceman gets his chance with Mitchell Starc, Pat Cummins and Josh Hazlewood to be rested. Skipper Aaron Finch says they need a night off.
We felt as though that was really important for them to be able to stay at home and get out of a bubble for a day or two, just to connect with family and friends, and so that was a no-brainer.
Travis Head replaces Steve Smith, who's been ruled out with concussion. Bobsledder Bree Walker's back in action tonight at the Beijing Winter Olympics. She's in a 2-woman Aussie bobsled team. Last night, fellow Aussie Sammy Kennedy-Sim matched her best ever result, finishing 8th in the ski cross. To AFL, and the Lions have locked away one of their star players before the season begins. Key forward Joe Danaher extending his contract by 2 years through to 2025. Meantime, Port Adelaide's been involved with an intra-club match today. And finally, in NRL, we have 2 trial matches playing out tonight. The Raiders take on the Roosters. The Tigers face the Seagulls. The
Possible shower for Townsville this afternoon, reaching a high of 32, dropping to 24 tonight. Good news with sunny skies returning tomorrow and Sunday. And our listener app is the home of radio, podcasts, music and news. Join up to listen now.